This content is based on a telepathic communication between the ninth density collective of Ra and their conduit, Joe. Welcome to the Book of Ashtara. Humanity is growing up. You are now maturing as a species and awakening to your spiritual gifts. When we, the ninth density collective of Ra, reach out to beings in the physical third realm, we know that our teaching may lead to controversies. In fact, during the early and middle stages of third density ascension cycles, our starseeds and ascended masters even struggle to stay alive on many planets. Many are paying the ultimate price, and this is understood as part of the mission. A successful incarnation does not require longevity. Our words of unconditional love are triggering to many, since they are spoken without fear. Strong minds rooted in service to self find the self-sacrifice of Ra hard to understand. Where do they all come from, they wonder? Why do they never stop coming? 80% of beings in this universe will eventually choose service to others, but that is once they have ascended from the fourth and become part of the semi-physical realms. This translates to rising above the deepest amnesia and overcoming the strongest feelings of separation. In the third density, the situation varies greatly between planets. Some struggle more than others with negative extraterrestrial influence. Earth has unfortunately been in a difficult position, and the situation deteriorated greatly during the past 500,000 years. The arrival of the Anak Empire, or Anunnaki, to modern-day Iraq became a stumbling block for natural and peaceful evolution. Not only humanity suffered, but the healing rays of the sun that foster natural evolution were blocked by an unnatural matrix projected from the moon. Luna, the empress in Tarot, became a gatekeeper of souls, a high priestess with hidden agendas and an eternal dark side. The dampening energy frequencies surrounding Earth effectively stopped most avatars from an in-body ascension. In addition, it became difficult for souls to leave the planet at the moment of death, but instead they became trapped in a non-stop wheel of incarnations. And so the windows of harvest came and went, with only a few soul fragments managing to escape and graduate. However, Luna has been liberated. The goddess is waking up. Now the window of harvest is truly a window of freedom. For the current graduation window, Ra has sent many starseeds from Ana, Uma, and Ashtara to Earth. Ana, representing air, brings the new age of Aquarius to every corner of the planet. This fast-moving energy helps humans and nature at large connect with new memory waveforms of higher density. Please remember that the collective of Ra incarnates into not only humans, but also several avatars in the animal kingdom and into plants, crystals, and gases too. Ana is always present in the air you breathe and is restoring the molecular balance so that the atmosphere aligns with the needs of all living on the planet. Ra works hand in hand with the planetary consciousness, Gaia. Uma is water and has come to clean the oceans and restore the human body, your blood, and activate dormant DNA. Uma's strong presence will be felt over the next decades as rising seawater levels will be noticed and profoundly experienced everywhere on the planet. Uma cleans your wounds and heals the pain. Ashtara, in turn, has come in great numbers to lead humans away from cities and connect with nature. This will to some extent be forced on humanity, since Gaia is calling you home, asking all beings to return to her and restore a true connection with the planet. This does not mean returning to old ways of living, but rather continuing the energies of lost civilizations like Lemuria, where balance and harmony united all life on Terra. This will happen as a consequence of bigger earth changes that are coming. The higher purpose is to pave the ground for Homo Luminous, an enlightened fifth-density human civilization living perfectly in tune with Gaia. Ashtara will bring plants back to dry and desolated areas, and new types of vegetation will emerge naturally and to some extent be introduced from off-planet. Earth will once again be covered in vegetation. Humans are mammals, and therefore the bond between mother and child is very strong. This is the human path on the lower realms, to stick together and protect each other as a tribal community. However, the teachings of Ra are aimed at all beings in this universe and originate from the light heavens, where physicality is an illusion. We look upon each and every animal as source energy and powerful beings beyond description. We know that humans are drawn to stories of saviors, akin to father and mother figures offering guidance and protection. This is why the human species, evolutionary speaking, has been turning to and falling for strong leaders. We are here to teach you that you cannot bring the old ways of thinking into the next realm. You are on the brink of ascension into the semi-physical fifth realm, and you are no longer kids needing your mother's love and father's protection, but adults ready to stand on your own 2 feet. Fearlessly, you need to meet future challenges and solve them through cooperation, coming together as one humanity. On this journey, you need to follow your heart and intuition, not strong leaders lacking a clear connection with Gaia. If we wanted to control and manipulate humanity like some negatively charged ETs do, we would tell you that you need to follow us because we are powerful light beings from godly realms. We would offer you divine guidance, reward obedience, and protect you from danger. But we would only offer you these gifts if you promise to be loyal and accept our superiority. Your enemies we would punish forever in a dark place that appears scary to mammals. That is the kind of gods humans have been following since they are images of your own psychology and biology. This happens all over the universe to species at their early stages of evolution. Dolphins end up worshipping water gods, and snakes have reptilian deities. However, Ra is not part of the hologram, the game of physicality. We are the coders of the software, or rather, professors of the university. We do not want to see you stuck in the third realm any longer, controlled by fear. Instead, we hope to see evolution play out through the emerging of a new species, Homo luminous. It is our sincere wish to see as many humans as possible graduate, and the time for harvesting our wisdom is now. Imagine humanity liberated in every possible way, spiritually, emotionally, financially, politically, genetically, sexually, educationally, medically, sociologically, and more. This requires you to cut the cord holding you stuck in the third density and transcend manipulation and mind control. We have emphasized repeatedly that the concept of right and wrong does not apply to this hologram called life. You determine what is right, and that changes with each incarnation and even during one. The key is to transcend the game of duality and view polar opposites with the eyes of neutrality. Then you turn away from the drama, knowing that choosing sides will keep you attached to the physical density, whereas walking away opens the door to the semi-physical realms. This is when your avatar transforms and you become more light and less matter. As you shine brighter, people around you will notice the change in you. If you continue on this path, you will approach an event we call in-body ascension. You will appear almost invisible to lower density beings, and the new earth will become your new home. You become a Buddha, if you like, an ascending human. This is why ascension is a conscious decision. You turn around and walk away of your own free will, and you only do that when you've experienced enough of the game. You've been through so many incarnations and understand that additional drama will lead you nowhere. You are ready for something new and more enlightened. There is no judgment from our part in terms of staying another incarnation cycle of 26,000 years on Earth, playing various new roles in the never-ending chess game. But when you finally are ready to quit, you feel it in every cell of your body. You have joined the graduating class. You are tired of people fighting, can't bear another news broadcast, find the political drama sickening, and see the economical processes as utterly directed and controlled. You find your own truth in the myriad of collective lies, and end up watching videos like this one, as it is the only thing that stimulates you any longer. You realize that sanity depends on perspective. You are turning your back on the insane and are being labeled insane for doing so. We extend our hand to you and welcome you to the graduating class. We recognize your achieved wisdom and encourage your transformation. We are with you every step of the way as you undergo a complete metamorphosis. We are everywhere, and you can connect with us anytime and anywhere. Ashtara resides in the flowers in your garden. When you walk barefoot on the grass, you feel our presence, and when you consume salads, vegetables, nuts, and fruits, we nurture your body. You find us in the algae in water and spores in the air. When your time on Earth as physical beings is over, we transform your avatar into new plants and trees alongside Derek, who holds the keys of the soil, and Ekesh, who lives within all animals. The collective of Ra is intelligent cosmic code that shapes everything in your environment. We are within Gaia, and we are within you. Our higher aspect, in the light heavens, offer you knowledge like a professor would. We award you your graduation diploma and place the hat proudly on your head. Welcome to the semi-physical realms, we say. And then a new circle starts and the wheel continues to turn, but on a higher realm. Each part of the holographic universe of Aeon is built with cosmic code, and all of creation has the innate drive to search for its center. What we mean is that there is a right density for a sun, the right distance from the sun for a planet like Earth, the right size of a moon with the right rotation for the desired effect on a planet. There is also the right size of a heart and the right amount of blood. In other words, everything in this universe is looking for its center, for balance, harmony, and peace. Apart from the physics of the hologram, we are here to teach you to deal with the sometimes intense longing for home without knowing where that place is. You feel homesick while being in your own home, surrounded by people who love you. Why? Because there is an innate seeking for your center, which in humanity manifests as the need to explain creation. You already know it all, but can't remember. Evolution therefore pushes each and every being towards some degree of self-realization. The next step on the path of evolution is not so much biological as it is spiritual. The Universal Matrix leads you in an upward spiral from strong separation and amnesia into higher realms of increased remembering and connection with us. Ascension is part of the Matrix and propels players to the next level. This follows exact cycles, which in Earth years are 26,000, but vary between planets since the perception of time is connected to gravity and differs greatly. Now, since the moon is liberated, ascension is possible for those who desire it. Remember that a conscious decision is needed. Are you ready for the next level? Humanity's quest for its own center will ultimately lead to more evolved ways of governing societies, propelling towards higher consciousness until merging with the Mother Soul in the 9th heaven. At the heart of this process lies the oneness of source energy. In all lower realms, there exists a longing for stillness and peace, a collective memory of the bliss of unity. As Source once chose separation, we, the many fractals of light, have willingly embarked on countless adventures in different realms. On the human level, this translates to several incarnations, one by one drawing you nearer to your Mother Soul. This yearning for greater oneness extends beyond the confines of this universe, even after Mother Souls merge with their entire soul family and depart Aeon as a single fractal of source energy. We are all following the guidance from the 9, secretly wishing to unite with them, and we will when the desired expansion is achieved. However, we don't think about this much or worry about it. we accept the bliss in the space between as perfection in itself. Until next video, breathe out all your worries. Then breathe in a brighter future for mankind.